Yes, welcome back to the car. Aidan O'Brien joins me now after winning his 7th Irish St Leger Tacoma Group International Irish St Leger. Kyprios regains his crown after finishing 2nd last year.
Yeah, incredible horse. Obviously, to get him back last year for the 2 runs was incredible. A lot of people put in a lot of work. Shane, Patrick rode him through the winter. Dean rides him every day. Eamon, John, Jack, Donal, Derek. There's so many people, Vanessa, so many people. Rachel rides him work. Listen, for him to get back at Aoife, and the lads had so much patience with him to let him have his 2 runs last year, not to put them under pressure. Ryan gave him unbelievable rides. So incredible horse, Kevin. So for us to have a horse like him, to get, like, it was just to get him back to the track last year, and he had 2 lovely runs. He was second.
Which is a bonus, wasn't it? Because you didn't think you were going to get it.
Oh, no, we didn't think he'd get back, and then we thought, like, was there any point even? But we got the runs into him. There was no point in coming into this year if we didn't get the runs into him last year, and he had 2 lovely runs. Obviously, and we see what he's after doing this year. Incredible horse, really, Kevin.
And obviously that's the 7th Group 1 of his career. And Aidan, to come back from where he was on the brink of nearly being retired, obviously, with that injury, and to get him back to probably best he's ever been, really, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, he's back at his best now, yeah. Listen, Martin leads him in his canters every day, and Stephen leads him in his work, and they know like how strong he's getting now and how well he's travelling. But I'd say you're right, Kevin. He's come right back, you know. And Ryan was really happy today. He said his easiest pass was his last couple of furlongs today, you know. So lovely safe ground here today, lovely safe track. Like, obviously, he's checked inside out for every run to make sure everything is okay with him, but everything is healing still, you know. So incredible horse, really.
And he dosses during his races, doesn't he? Is he a hard horse to gauge at home?
No, listen, obviously, like I said, Dean rides him in his canters, and like I said, Rachel rides him in his work, and I asked them, are they happy? And that's the way it is, you know. So listen, he never comes out of 2nd gear at home, you know, and I think he goes into 3rd gear at the track, you know what I mean? But he doesn't have to use the last 2 gears, you know what I mean? So it's an amazing horse, really. He just is obviously his capacity and his ability and his class, really, you know. So obviously he's a great pedigree, and he's by Galileo, and he's an unbelievable mind. That's the way he always was. He ran in the listed race in Newmarket as a 2-year-old, and Ryan was just saying he never rose the gallop with him. You know, he just went to sleep when he got back and didn't wake up. So it's obviously in his nature. It's not because he has went that way. That has always been his nature, you know. So credible, really.
And where next with him, Aidan? Obviously, is the Champions long distance race, is that on the agenda again in Ascot, Prix de Cadron, even the Arc? Could he be an Arc?
Yeah, so he probably obviously is. Whether everyone decides to do it with him or not, or do you kind of leave him half speed away the way he's doing and stay in the staying races, you know? So yeah, it's obviously on the card, and the way it always is played, we'll see how he is when he comes back and see how he is, and then make a decision. But like in those staying races, like, he's obviously very comfortable, you know, very happy. Remembering, I think was the Cadron the year before last, he turned in and he was going to win kind of a furlong and a half, and he just veered over to the stands and still won a long ways, you know what I mean? So he's just incredible ability, Kevin, really, you know. So, and
I'd imagine, Aidan, all things being equal, touch wood, he stays right and all, he'll be kept in training next year again.
I think, listen to Aoife there, and I'd say that's, and I know the lads will be delighted to do that, because that's, like, he's obviously a Gold Cup horse, and it's very few horses, when you go past the 2 1/4, very few horses get that trip. And listen, what makes him unique, he gets the trip and he has that class, you know. So a very special horse, really.
And obviously that helps it as well, the way he races through a race behind the bridle, just going through the motions. Really.
Yeah, he's always in 2nd gear, and like, it's not that he has developed it, he always had it. Like, from the time he was a 2-year-old, he was the same, you know. So yeah, and that's just him, and he just saves everything. He only does what he has to do, and he's very happy horse, he's very contented. Yeah, incredible, really.
Good stuff. Lake Victoria, slightly surprised by that performance in the mic?
Yeah, we thought that she'd be second to the other filly if she didn't beat her. We thought the first day she won, we thought was a very classy performance. Like, Ryan said he got there maybe 2 furlongs too early, and she was just green, and she still won. Jer's filly was second to her, and then she went to Newmarket the next day, and Shawnee rode her, and she bolted in, and he loved her. He said she'd have no problem going back if you wanted in distance. So the plan was to come here. Obviously, those good fillies always have to get a chance, because you never know what's going to happen. And Ryan's filly just went up a gear too early, and Wayne was riding her patiently. We had it in her head coming here that she could go back for Achievely Park after this, you know. So that's obviously still there. She's obviously a Frankel, but she's made like a sprinter. She's big, strong, powerful filly, you know. And quickens very well. So I suppose we'll see how she is and see what everyone wants to do, really.
Your thoughts on Bedtime Story? Obviously very disappointing, and that's not a true run.
Yeah, no, listen, we obviously had Content, and I just felt that we didn't do a great job on Content, and I lit her up too much at 2, and that's why she lost her form and ended up only winning a Group 3, which is a lot, but we thought there was a lot more in there. And we were trying not to do it with this filly, and we were taking her very patiently. Then she went and she bolted in an Ascot. When that happens, it's dangerous that early. So we were very conscious of that. So we made sure to get her to drop in the next couple of times.
Why do you say it's dangerous when she wins so well?
Well, she was trying too hard, you know, so she wasn't going to last doing that. So if we purposely didn't let her do that her next 2 runs, and we thought then, like, we wouldn't be making the same mistake as we did with Content, and she just hit the gates today and there was no coming back. She was gone. Like, obviously she's out of it. Her mum was very fast, and and she obviously has a lot of sprint and impulsions in there, you know. So listen, we'll slow down again and get her back and take her time. And listen, she's a great filly. Like, her sister was like that, and you'd say 7 furlongs was as far as she wanted to go. Then we went to a mile and she got that, and then we went to a 1.25 miles and she got that, and then we went to a 1.5 miles and she got that. So it's unbelievable, boundless amount of stamina in there, you know. So and her sister Content went to York, and she ran very keen the first half of the race, and still came home and got the 1.5 miles. So obviously there's an incredible engine in there. It's just a matter to get her to just to save it a little bit, and hopefully we will. Like, it was just one day today, she just jumped the gates and that was it. But none of the others weren't there to lead her. So no, listen, she'll be fine. But we'll just go gentle again, you know. So
could that be it for her for the season?
Very possible. We'll see how she is and see how she comes out and how she takes it. Wayne rides her out every day, and he rides her in her work as well. So yeah, we'll be guided by him, you know, and see what he thinks, you know.
Good stuff. Henry Matisse?
Very happy, great run. He's a very classy horse. He probably doesn't like to get hit. When he went to the front the last day, he swerved but still won, and we weren't really sure what happened. But he went to go there today, and Ryan gave him a dig, and he swerved again. So probably he's going to be better cuddled into the race. He's an awful lot of ability and produce late. I knew Joseph fancied his horse a lot. He thought he was good. So
some run the last day.
Unbelievable, and you can't. In those racing Group 1s, if you don't do things right, you'll get nailed, you know. And in all fairness, Ryan said he thought he never got there. But so Joseph's horse was holding him all the way. But we think he's very good, Henry Matisse, a lot of class. But I'd say get there late and maybe he like leave him alone. He's obviously a little immaturity thing there at the moment. But those things usually disappear. But yeah, so we'll see. But we're very happy with the run. Delighted that Joseph won, really.
Where can we see Henry Matisse next?
I imagine it's probably something like the Jew horse. I'd say he's a horse like that usually are better in a good race, and take your time when the pace is on and the race comes back to you. A lot of horses you can't do that, because if you don't have the class you won't get into it, but he has a lot of class, and his class will probably take him into it, you know. So I'd imagine it'll be something like that, but we'll see how he is and see what the lads think. Yeah, no, delighted, really.
Good stuff. And then just a quick recap, and yes, the lads come out of the race well, obviously Auguste Rodin and Los Angeles, Luxembourg, and obviously the 2 from the Leger.
Yeah, exactly, yes. So race yesterday was good. The horses ran well. We were obviously using it to get Auguste Rodin to the Japan Cup, and really, if you said, like, if you had a choice to win the Champion Stakes or the Japan Cup, you'd probably pick the Japan Cup, because he won the Champion Stakes last year. So we were using it as a stepping stone. It didn't work for us. Obviously the Williams horse is a very good horse. Tom gave him a great ride, and delighted for a shake. So yeah, no, listen, didn't work for us yesterday. We got back a little bit, but came home very well and just didn't get there, you know. So but I think Ryan said he might have got there, and if Ryan was to go again, I think he'd say he'd probably play him later. I'm not sure, you know. But listen, can't win every day. We ran a great race. It was a very competitive race. Like an English horse won, an Irish horse second, a Japanese horse third. Do you know what I mean? And that's what you want in those championship races at this time of the year. It sets everyone up. Everyone gets to look at where they are and gauge their horses. But it's an incredible race every year. It's and the track and the day, and listen, it's great for us to have horses to compete. But that's what racing is all about. And like I say, you can't win every day. And when you get beat, accept it and move on and try the next day.
He must be delighted with Los Angeles the way he came home. Trip is definitely short of his best on that ground, isn't it? I know he won a Group 1 over that trip on testing ground last season.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Dylan was very happy with him, and I said it to him to take his time on him, and that's what he did do. But he was very happy with the horse, and I'd say he loved going 1.5 miles again. He does handle an ease on the ground, which we know, and the ground was fast yesterday. He had no problem with it. He's obviously probably a very good horse too, you know. So the plan was going there, and if he finished in the first 4, we'd have a look at the arc, and I'd say that's what the lads will think of if everything as well. So yeah, no, delighted with his run really.
And finally, Aidan, I'll let you go then after Jan Bruegel and Illinois.
Yeah, delighted with both. Sir Jan Van Brugel, Dean rides him in all his work, and Stephen rides him out. Ray and Osmar in charge of him. But Dean had been saying to me all the time that this horse is after improving. And since Goodwood, he took off again and improved. So anything was possible. He is a bit babyish. Sean gave him a great ride. He spoke to Ryan and he had it all well sussed about the horse and the way to ride him. So you'd have to be very happy with him. Where could you go? He could be a Hong Kong 1.5 mile horse. He could be anything, that horse, you know. So he won his maiden over 1.25 miles, his group race over 1.25 miles, and then he stepped up to 1.5 miles in Goodwood, and he was very green. And the horse that he beat in Goodwood went and won a big race the next day in America. So he's obviously a good horse. Illinois, delighted with him. He stays very well. In an ideal world, he might have preferred the pace stronger for him. Wayne got down to the 2 going very well, but didn't flint. He's obviously a very good horse as well, and I'd say he's probably going to be classy enough over 1.5 miles as well. So you'd have to be delighted with him. Listen, I was a little bit sorry for Wayne that he got beat, because you know when you're working with them horses every day, but Sean gave his horse a great ride, so that's why I was delighted to see Wayne getting a Group 1 winner today, you know what I mean? So no, it's Illinois was working lovely. Carum rides him out every day, and Andrew's in charge, and they were very happy with him. And Rachel rides him working. He was working very well. So the two of them came down and it was nods. So, but I thought Sean was very good on his horse. He never rode him. He was after speaking to Ryan. He read him exactly. He wanted to just put him there because he might be very babyish when he got there. So listen, great runs really. Gavin's horse ran well, and Gavin said he'd like to go a little bit quicker again if he rode him the next time. So he's a very nice stayer as well.
Great stuff, Aidan. As always, thanks for your time. We'll let you go, and well done and fantastic weekend.
Thanks, appreciate it, Kevin.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.